More than 30 years after his time at Top Gun, Skipper Pete, dissident, Mitchell is filling in as a U.S. Naval Force aircraft tester. As back Chief of Naval Operations Chester, Sledge, Kane ways to deal with shut down the hypersonic, Dark Star, scramjet program and divert the assets to Ramble programs. Free Thinker flies the model to its speed unbiased, then drives further into high hypersonic speed, obliterating it. Kane needs to ground Free Thinker for his wildness, yet rather sends him to Nas North Island as a Top Gun educator compelled of nonconformist's companion and previous opponent, Chief of Naval Operations Tom, Iceman, Kazansky, the Commandant of the U.S. Pacific Armada. Nonconformist is requested to prepare a tip-top gathering of F.A-18E, F Super Hornet pilots collected by Bad Habit Naval Commander Lover, Twister, Simpson and back Chief of Naval Operations Solomon, Warlock, Bates for an earnest mission to bomb an unfamiliar country's unsanctioned uranium enhancement plant. The plant sits in a profound melancholy toward the finish of a gully and is protected by surface-to-air rockets and fifth-age Su-57 warriors working from a close-by airbase. Free Thinker designs an assault with 2 sets of Super Hornets, which will fly through a ravine and obliterate the plant. The pilots at first rebuke Free Thinker, especially Lieutenant Jake, Executioner, Saracen and Lieutenant Bradley, Rooster, Bradshaw, the child of Dissident's late closest companion and Rio Scratch, Goose, Bradshaw. As the pilots train for the mission, grating creates among Executioner and Rooster, who loathes Executioner's dismissive mentality towards his partners, while Executioner condemns Rooster's wariness. As the pilots notice Dissident, they rethink and combine around him. Dissident additionally reunites with previous sweetheart Penny Benjamin, to whom he uncovers that Rooster's presently dead mother made him vow to hold her child back from flying, and hindered Rooster's application to the Maritime Institute, slowing down his vocation. Dissident later meets with Iceman, who has throat disease and fundamentally imparts by composing on a PC. Consoling Nonconformist about showing the group, he spends away days after the fact, and Free Thinker alongside the pilots go to his burial service where a missing man development is noticed. With Iceman dead, Tornado eliminates Free Thinker as mission mentor and sets new boundaries that are safer on approach however more dangerous on exit. In any case, Nonconformist makes an unapproved trip of the mimicked course with the first boundaries, demonstrating that it very well may be finished. Tornado is persuaded and hesitantly names Nonconformist as Strike Pioneer. Nonconformist picks the mission group and coordinates himself with Phoenix and her WSO Weave, while Rooster is matched with Restitution and his WSO Fanboy. Executioner and the leftover pilots are placed on backup. The group dispatches from the plane-carrying warship USS Theodore Roosevelt while the directed rocket cruiser USS Leyte Bay flames hatchet journey rockets to obliterate the airbase close to the plant. The group arrives at the plant and obliterates it, yet is gone after by surface-to-air rockets and a couple of watching Su-57 criminals. At the point when Rooster runs out of countermeasures, Nonconformist forfeits his fly to safeguard him and launches. Trusting Free Thinker to be killed in real life, the excess airplane returned to the transporter. Against orders, Rooster turns around and saves Dissident from a Mi-24 helicopter gunship, however is fired somewhere around another surface-to-air rocket and discharges close by. The two rejoin and head towards the obliterated airbase, where they take a F-14 Tomcat and go to the transporter. Free Thinker and Rooster destroy 2 catching Su-57s, yet a third shows up as they run out of ammo and countermeasures. Executioner shows up from reserve to kill the Su-57, and the planes return to applaud the transporter, where Dissident and Rooster accommodate. Sometime after the mission, Nonconformist and Rooster work together on a P-51 Bronco at an overhang close to the test office where Dissident was recently positioned. Penny shows up with her little girl Amelia, and Dissident has a good time with her in the P-51. Rooster strolls to a photograph board and recognizes a photograph of their central goal's prosperity, close by a photograph of his late dad and a more youthful Dissident.